Hi guys, welcome back from spring break. I missed you all. It's a long few weeks here. Okay, so we are moving into module 15 and 16. And just to get us started, there's certain symbols that we know what they mean in math and what they tell us to do. So for example, this one, square root of 9, we know it means square root of 9 and we take it and that's 3. And this one, cube root of 8, we know that that is 2. And 4 squared we know is 16. And so we're going to learn about another thing similar to this, and it's called a logarithm. And when you see it written, it's going to tell you a certain thing to do. And the reason we're learning it now is because that logarithms, otherwise known as logs, are the inverses of the exponential functions that we just worked with. Okay, sorry you have to keep hearing that clicking that you can't unhear now. Okay, and so just another little reminder, they're going to call these base numbers. And what are the base numbers? Well, so for example, base 2 is 2 to the whatever powers. So, or the powers of these numbers, right? So the base 2 numbers, just like that little chart we made back in module 11. 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth, 2 to the fifth, 2 to the sixth, etc., etc., etc. And the powers keep on going up, right? Same thing with base 3. 3 to the first, 3 to the second, 3 to the third, 3 to the fourth, 3 to the fifth, 3 to the sixth. Base 4. 4 to the first, 4 to the second, 4 to the third, 4 to the fourth, 4 to the fifth, etc., right? And as we said, as the number gets bigger, these get big really fast. And base 10s, of course, 10 to the first has a 0, 10 to the second has 2 zeros, 10 to the third has 3 zeros, 10 to the fourth, 4 zeros, etc. Okay? And if I asked you to figure out what goes in this little bracket thing to make the exponential equation true, you're basically coming up with a puzzle, and you're kind of doing some stuff in your head on here. On the first one, 5 to what power is 125? And so that's going to be 5 to the, third power. What squared gives you 81? It's 9. 6 to what power gives you 1? Well, remember, anything to the 0 power gives you 1. 4 to what power gives you 64? That's the third. Remember, negative powers mean that you're going to do the reciprocal. So some number to the negative 1 gives you 1/3. Well, what's the reciprocal of 1/3? 3. Okay, remember the fraction powers? This half power really means the square root. And you know that the root is on the bottom, just like the trees and the plants and everything else. So the 2 root, the square root of 16 is 4. You already know that. 2 to what power gives you 32? Well, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So 2 to the 5th power. And then 1/7 to the something power gives me 49. Well, I'm turning a fraction into a whole... Whoa, I don't even know what I just did there. I'm turning a fraction into a whole number, and so we know it's going to be a negative power. And then 7 to what power gives me 49? 7 squared. Okay, so these are just a few little reminders of things that you guys know Sorry, background distractions here. Things that you guys could already do without even going through this. I'm going to stop this video just because if they get too long, they can't upload. And I'm going to do part 2 in just a second, and we'll meet right back here.